So, hi everyone, this is Dr. Sakshi Arora Hans, your OBGY faculty at Marrow, and I'm so happy today because I have Dr. Bharat Reddy sitting with me, who has got 233 in the FMG exam. Congratulations, Dr. Bharat.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is my best score I have got, ma'am.
Dr. Bharat, you are saying this is your best score as if you've given so many FMG exams. I want to clear to everyone this is Dr. Bharat Reddy's first attempt.
Yes, ma'am.
Hana, so tell us more about yourself, Dr. Bharat.
Ma'am, myself, Bharat Reddy, ma'am. I have completed my MBBS from the Philippines, the All Medical School of Foundation, ma'am. So
Okay.
we are graduated in the February month end, ma'am. So I have prepared from the Marrow platform of the 6.5 videos for this July attempt. Uh, So I used to use these videos, ma'am, 6.5 videos, and also the test for the subject-wise test and FMG grant test.
Great. But I want to know first from you that you've been our Plan C user or a Plan B user?
Plan C user, ma'am. I used the Marrow free plan just like 3 days, ma'am. Then I have got the contact from the Marrow team. So they introduced me the what are the plans and how to use so that we can improve our scores in the examinations. So then I planned and I informed my father to take this plan, ma'am. So within the 1 week, I just subscribed to the Marrow Plan C and
So
have been continuing.
since third year, you have been continuously watching all the subjects?
Yes, ma'am. From the end of my third year, I took this plan, and from there, in my clerkship also, I have just continued all the videos, whichever I felt like these subjects and these topics I have very low performance. I used to cover those videos, ma'am. And also then
So watch. You didn't watch all the videos. You were being selective in watching videos.
Yes, ma'am. Because actually during our clerkship period, we are so busy in the clerkship period. Um, in the hospitals itself. So I, whenever have some ample of time, and I used to spend the time whichever I feel the low performance in those topics, ma'am. But after my graduation and all, I completed almost all the 6.5 videos, ma'am,
Okay.
which is for my revision purposes.
So you watched the main videos better, or were you relying on the revision videos?
Uh, for the whole videos, ma'am, I used to watch like difficult topics, ma'am.
Okay.
For the remaining all the topics, mostly I prefer the 6.5 videos, ma'am.
6.5 revision videos, you mean to say? It's like you
Yes,
mean
ma'am.
to say that for the difficult topics, you watch the main videos, and for the rest of the topics, you watched the revision videos, which is definitely a very good strategy that will save your time also, and that will give completeness to your preparation also. Wonderful
Yes.
strategy. Now, when you were watching those videos, were you making your own notes or were you relying on the printed notes?
Actually, both, ma'am. I used to have this marrow notes in my in the revision videos I have got in through the mail, and also I used to write my separate notes, ma'am, so that I can
You
remember more. Yes,
you
ma'am.
used
I
a
use
combination.
combination videos, ma'am. Combination
Okay,
notes, ma'am. I used to
okay.
rely on the 6.5 notes also, and then I used to write a simplified version of myself to understand next time, um, again for the again revision. So I used to write again the notes also, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I also want to know from you that when you were doing these subjects, simultaneously were you doing the Qbank or you reserved the Qbank for later months?
Actually, I reserve the Qbank, ma'am.
Okay. And when did you start solving the Qbank?
In the last 1 month, ma'am. In the whole June month, I just kept this Qbank for the only for the June, ma'am. So before that, I used to watch only the videos and the subject-wise test. But in the month of the June, I just reserved this whole question bank for my practice. And also, I just want to know where I'm missing the questions, where I'm making the mistakes, so that I can improve for the uh, should to not repeat those mistakes again.
Okay, so I have understood, like broadly, you want to say that when you came, once your graduation was over in Feb, you started watching all those topics from the main videos where you were not that confident, and you watched the revision videos from Feb to June. You did only this much. You were watching videos, you were making your notes, and then in June month, you started doing MCQs. That was what your strategy, that is what you're trying to tell?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Now, when did you start giving GTs?
In the month of the June, ma'am. Before that, I given in my fourth year clerkship also. Some of the like Maro team used to upload the Initiate recall or the NEET recall, FMG recall, those question papers, ma'am. I used to give those also. So just to know how the paper is going to be, just for the preparedness or like that, I used to give those, ma'am. But for the this July FMG, I given the GTs in the June month only, ma'am.
Acha. So before that in clerkship, it was like off and on you were giving GTs, but actually you started giving GTs in June. How many GTs did you give in the month of June?
Around four, ma'am. Around four I have given. In that, one of them is the Initiate recall I have given, ma'am, and also other one I have given NEET PG also, ma'am. Two FMG, ma'am.
Okay. And when it was like you were saying that in the month of June you were solving Qbank, were you solving Qbank of NEET PG or FMG?
Both, ma'am. Simultaneously, I used for the subject-wise test. I'm going to prefer the mostly like major subjects like internal medicine and also the OBGYN and surgery, PSM. I used to give the NEET PG subject-wise test. For the remaining subjects, I'm going to rely on the FMG subject-wise test like that, ma'am.
So you were basically focusing more on SWTs.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I also want to know from you, Beta, like there are students who leave some subjects. So, were you amongst those who left any subject, or did you pay equal attention to 19 subjects, or was there some strategy that I'm going to focus more on these subjects and less on these subjects?
Actually, ma'am, in the beginning, when I completed my clerkship, I thought like let's give the one of the GT. So just see is the major subjects is enough, or we have to rely also again on the first year, second year subjects. But when I given the test, I have realized that no, it should be like all the subjects are equally important for the because we know the FMG rule one is 149 is equal to 0, 150 is equal to 300. So one mark is also very, very important.
Excellent.
So
And that's an excellent understanding that even if you've got 149, you have to give those 6 months. So 149 hai ya zero hai, that becomes equivalent. That one mark matters, and you don't know from which subject you would have got that one mark. And that is precisely the reason why I tell all the students not to leave any subject. Very good advice and very good understanding, Dr. Bharat Reddy. Right.
yes, ma'am. And also other subjects like in the beginning also I thought like let's give up the orthopedics, let's give up the ophthalmology. But when I came to see the videos of our ophthalmology sir and also the orthopedic sir, they are like more crisp and very, very clear concepts from the 6.5 videos. So I also completed those videos also and those subjects also, ma'am. But almost I have given the equal attention to the each and every subject, and I have prepared myself like we should not give up any subject. We don't know how the paper is going to be. Like this FMG is always surprising for the every attempt. Every year, every question paper, it is very surprising. As we see last time, OBGYN is like mostly more than almost 40 questions in the last January paper. But this July paper, it's almost like 20, 20, around 25 plus questions only.
Was 29 questions which we had from OBGY, but this time major stress was on surgery, and the surgery questions
Yes,
were
ma'am.
tricky also. So when you were giving paper 1 and paper 2, were you confident that you are going to clear the exam?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I was clear from the beginning itself, ma'am. Uh, this is not like overconfidence I'm telling, ma'am, but I have already thought like, okay, I'm going to give this exam and this is going to be clear. But I have to give my best because
Right.
if you want to show that you have prepared well and you did the hard work for this exam, you have to give the exam well. For the paper one, I have already thought like, okay, paper one is so easy, ma'am. When I am attempting, like, okay, this is the one of the every time there is a misconception that June paper is very hard, December paper is very easy. But when I seen the when I seen this June paper first paper, it is also very easy, ma'am. Mostly from the anatomy, biochemistry, microbiology. Those questions are very, very direct questions. But when
Right.
coming to the
This time.
Yes, ma'am. When it is coming to the second paper, it was completely surprising. I thought like I am writing the neat pagey paper or something. Like the questions they are arranged in the surgery, everything question is very big, and also the statement answers. Every line is quite confusing. When I going to the when I'm using the rule out options also, I still stuck with the two options. I'm
So
confusing whether this.
feel that the concepts which were taught to you in surgery through Marrow by Dr. Rohan, they helped you in ruling out options and coming to the right answer?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, Rohan sir is always very concerned about the surgical procedures, and also he used to tell very important points how to focus and how to rule out those options. Also, the flaps, ma'am. We have got some of the flaps and also the some of the surgical procedures, which is more focused this time, ma'am. Not like direct questions in the PYQs we practiced.
That is what
So
always says. Na? He is always focusing on concepts. He's always focusing on the small things where you might go wrong, or like you said, on surgical procedures. And that is where his expertise lies. And that is why I feel he's one of the best surgery faculties across all platforms.
yes, ma'am. I agree with that, ma'am.
Okay, so now I also want to know that when it comes to subjects like biochemistry, when it comes to subjects like microbiology, that is the place which are highly volatile subjects, pharmacology. How did you deal with these subjects?
Actually, pharmacology, ma'am, I have took almost after completing also, I used to practice daily one topic. Whenever
Okay,
I'm reading the internal medicine, again, I'm going to integrate with the pharmacology. Again, when I'm
that's
using the so I'm going to integrate with the each subject, ma'am. For
that
coming to the biochemistry, ma'am, biochemistry and anatomy, physiology, as we all know, almost all the medicos will feel like these are the subjects very, very hard in the first year. But these are the basics and foundation for the foundation for our all the MD. So again, ma'am, I used to morely focused on these subjects also. Whenever I'm reading the system wise, I'm going to again go back and integrate with the physiology. Again, I'm going to integrate with the anatomy. Like that, each and subject also.
chemistry. That is one subject where the students are really like the cycles they can't remember. So, what was
Yes,
your
ma'am.
strategy for biochemistry? Did you do biochemistry revision videos? Did you do biochemistry main videos? Or did you do only PYTs and PYQs in biochemistry?
I did the 6.5 videos, ma'am. When it's actually in the biochemistry, if we divide in the carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids, ma'am. For the proteins and lipids, I rely on the 6.5 videos. For the carbohydrates, I used to see the whole video lectures. So then I am using to practice the all the subject-wise tests for the biochemistry as well.
So, when you say 6.5 videos, you mean the revision videos? That means proteins and fats you did from revision videos and carbohydrates from the
Yes,
main
ma'am.
videos. That's what you want to say?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got it. Okay. And like you said, orthopedics, ophthalmology, were you doing it from main videos or revision videos?
Uh, Actually, at the end of the time, I don't have much time to rely on the main videos, ma'am. And also, I have phobia to the orthopedics, so especially in the upper limb and lower limb. So mostly,
And
I
this
rely those.
would have turned into your love for orthopedics when Dr. Abbas would have taught you, and he would
Yes,
have
ma'am. Yes,
motivated.
ma'am. For the from the introduction video itself, I just okay. The orthopedics are not that much tough, so so we can give the orthopedics also very easy subject when you have the best faculty to teach us.
Yes, and Dr. Abbas, he's definitely one of the finest faculties. So, since we are talking about faculties, tell me, do you have any favorite faculty here at Maro? And since I am taking your interview, you are not bound to take my name. Just don't be obliged to take my name.
No, ma'am, it's not like that. But actually, my most favorite faculty from the Marrow is Dr. Rohan sir and you, ma'am. So these two are my most favorite persons of the whole Marrow faculty. But not like the not only like that, but almost all the faculty they are so much stressing on the each and every important topic when you for the anatomy and the ENT and also the ophthalmology, sir. I'm really so much. All the faculty is really best, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bharat. And one more thing, you've used all the features of Maro. Which is that one feature of Maro which you like the best?
For the bookmark, ma'am, bookmarking the whatever I feel this question is went wrong. So I'm going to the for that explanation, I'm going to bookmark that question, and again after that, I'm going to check that while I'm revising again, I'm going back to that bookmark and going to see, ma'am.
Wonderful. So, is there any message you would like to give to the students who are going to appear for the December FMG exam? Any guidance which you would like to give to them? Anything which proved helpful to you and you think they should be doing and it is going to prove helpful to them?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to give that, ma'am. Actually, first thing, as you said, ma'am, that each and every subject have the equal importance in this FMG. So I'm going to tell that please don't skip any subject. Mostly spend the time. Major subjects, yes, we have to give the most importance. Also, the for the all the paramedical subjects and also the clinical subjects, we have to give the equal importance. So we have to spend time also so that we can improve our score in the FMG exam and also practicing the question banks and checking where we went wrong and also improving in the topics. It will also helpful for the exam, ma'am. If I have to give the example for that, ma'am, in the PSM calculations, especially PSM calculations, uh, as a medico, I am very weak in the mathematics. So PSM calculations, I am also the weak person. But I used to practice those questions again. After that mistakes, I'm going to improve. So like that, I practice in math.
And this was one thing which I liked very much about you when I was talking to you off screen, when you said that, ma'am, what I did was that I reviewed the questions and I worked upon my weaknesses. That is the major take home message which I want everyone to take from Dr. Bharat. That when he used to give his GTs, he said this to me that, ma'am, whichever subject I was weak at, then I used to give a subject wise test for that particular subject. That's a brilliant strategy. And that is what you have to do whenever you give a GT beta, whatever are your three bottommost subjects, you have to first strengthen them and then give the GT again. And strengthening them means that you should be giving a subject wise test and then go to the next GT. That's an excellent strategy which you told me, Dr. Bharat. And I'm sure so many students are going to benefit from this if they start focusing on their weaknesses and they start making them their strengths. So, what are your future plans now?
Actually, ma'am, my father is a doctor by himself, ma'am, general surgeon. So
Oh,
I, so he suggested that go you just do the internship and prepare for the NEET PG. So that you can get the good rank in the NEET PG also, then you can go for the whatever your dream branch. So I'm thinking for the surgery itself, ma'am. So my dream is to become the good surgeon. And
and
also I
I'm
have
sure
some of the thoughts.
to be fulfilled with the kind of clarity which you have, you definitely are going to become a surgeon and a very good surgeon, in fact. But the way you did for the way you worked hard in a disciplined and in a strategic manner for FMG, just adopt the same for NEET PG. And next time, I'll be taking your interview for NEET PG.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And also, ma'am, I also have some of the thoughts for the UPSC CMS exam. So
Okay,
just
beta.
as an attempt, so we can also take the leave and we can go for the NEET PG. Like that, I'm thinking, ma'am, just as of now, it's just thoughts. I don't know what I'm going to just take the next step.
I feel since you have been preparing consistently, you should focus on NEET PG if you ask my advice and clear
Yes,
the
ma'am.
NEET PG. You are going to do that, right? And have that
Okay.
MS in front of your name and make your parents proud.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Not only will your parents be proud, but we all, Marrow family, as of now, we are so proud of you. And then we are going to be super proud of you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I have always very, very much. I would like to take a moment and thank you for you, ma'am, because the on the day you went for the FMGs as a support, ma'am, during that meeting with the NBE, that's really wonderful, ma'am. We are really fortunate to have a ma'am like you are like a mother to us. Like it's really wonderful and great gesture by you, ma'am. We are really gratitude all the FMGs, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And I am actually amongst those blessed faculties who are loved and respected by the FMG students and by the IMGs, NEET PGs. Thank you so much for all the love and
Yes, ma'am.
respect.
Actually, I would like to tell ma'am, like even IMGs or the FMGs, ma'am, no one can complete their MBBS without your name, ma'am, without your classes. Uh, we all really love your lectures and the way your concepts you teach, ma'am, it's really helpful for us. Actually, when I completed all the MBBS, actually I thought while I'm watching all the videos, I thought like, okay, I'm really confident that OBGYN is perfect because of your lectures, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And God bless you. May you have a great career and great life ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, can I introduce my mother, ma'am?
Oh, absolutely. Why not? This is such a proud moment for her. So, where is your mom?
Yeah, ma'am.
We can't see. हेलो नमस्ते मैम
Okay, madam.
कैसे हैं आप कितना
I'm
प्राउड फील हो रहा है कितनी खुशी फील हो रही है
I'm so happy, madam.
so happy yes we can see it from your face and you know what the result has been only 20% right so out of every 100 students only 20 have passed and Dr. Reddy has not only passed he's got 233 marks that is amazing
Yes, ma'am.
so how is the atmosphere at home
It was so happy, ma'am.
Yes, madam. I'm also family happy, madam.
the entire family happy फिर आपने स्पेशल क्या बनाया what did you make special for him
Um, Sweets,
sweets
motichur laddu.
oh my god that is so good and I have a sweet joy ये मोतीचूर लड्डू सुन के तो my mouth has started watering but he's really worked hard and it would not have been possible without your blessings so he
Yes,
is actually I mean lucky to have a mother like you.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes, ma'am. I would like to take a moment and thank my mother and also my sister, ma'am, who is always constant support for me, and also my grandmother, who really helped me from the beginning itself. During my BS course, during my first year, I have lost my grandmother. Uh, yeah, she is really helped. These three women are the most important of my life and career, ma'am.
oh,
So the
thank
pillars
you.
of success, they are the support system for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful.
Yes,
And it's so nice to see both of you together like this. And I'm sure so many other students would be thinking that this time even we have to clear the exam and make our parents proud. Thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much, ma'am, for joining because this is really going to be so motivating for all the other students. Thank you
thank
so
you,
much.
madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.